Hello guys, welcome back to Talkless Interior and Exterior Designs. Today we are going to be talking on the common mistakes that people make while installing wallpaper. Wallpaper is a decorative material that we use on the wall, that we install on the wall to beautify, for the purpose of beautification and protection sometimes. So if this wallpaper is not well installed, so it can bring another thing instead of bringing aesthetic to the wall. So it will bring another wrong thing to the wall if we don't install it very well. So number one thing that people do make as a mistakes is poor surface preparation. So most installer don't even care to prepare their wall. So before installing wallpaper. So you have to increase on that. If there is dust or any hole cracks on the wall, make sure you do the surface preparation. You fixed all the errors before placing your wallpaper on the wall, so that your wall can have a smooth your the wall will be smooth. So while placing wallpaper on it, everything will smooth together and the wallpaper will be able to rest well on the wall. So another thing is measurement. So most interior designer don't even care to take measurement when they want to install wallpaper. They just estimate on their own without proper measurement. So it will just be like, okay, 2 3 wallpapers should be enough. And in some cases, the wallpaper they said might not be enough, so they will now be coming back to clients and we still have to buy one more, or they predict more than the necessary material, and that is wasting of material. So you should always take the measurement of the place you want to install wallpaper on, so that to avoid wasting material and inadequate so after taking note of the measurement, the next thing is ignoring wall pattern. There are several kind of wallpaper when it comes to patterns. So there are some wallpaper that they don't have much pattern on it. So you can just be placing it side by side. So you don't have to follow anything. But there are many wallpapers that have patterns. So with through this pattern, you have to be following the pattern, make it align together so that the formation will not miss. So everything will look aligned together. But most installer today, most of them will not even care. They will just be placing wallpaper on the wall. And by doing this, you are not beautifying the wall. You are even, I don't know how to put it, but you are not beautifying the wall, and you are not even praising your work. So let's change on that. Another thing is using the wrong additive. So when you want to use gum for your wallpaper, there's wallpaper. We have different kind of wallpaper. We have fine wallpaper, we have the fabrics wallpaper, and we have the non-woven wallpaper. So all these wallpaper have their own categories of gum, that is the adhesive you can use. So stop using the wrong adhesive for each wallpaper. Then another thing is install wallpaper on damp wall. Damp wall is a wet wall. So stop installing wallpaper on wet wall. So it can lead to growing of mud under the behind the wallpaper, so that will lead to smell sometimes, and even the peeling of wallpaper with short time. So you have to like take note of all this. Another thing is starting the installation in the wrong place. If you want to start installing wallpaper, you start from the most feasible area. So you don't start from the corner. From most feasible area, if you start from the corner, what can happen is you start from the corner and you're installing correctly. But when you get to the most visible area, so it might maybe the material is it's near finishing, or the material is almost finished. So you will now be joining where your work should be neat, so will now be rough. But if you start from the most feasible area, even if there is going to be any end where the corner is, so make sure you know a better place to start installing your wallpaper. Then another thing is not removing air bubbles. You know why installing wallpapers, you will notice that there are some places that have bubbles. So make sure you whatever material you are instrument you are tools you are using. So if it is plastic or anything, so make sure you rub that place very well to remove that air bubble so that the wallpaper can rest well on the wall. Then another thing is cutting wallpaper carelessly. If you are cutting wallpaper carelessly, you don't cut according to what you measure, so it can lead to wrong installation, because you will cut one, it will be accurate, cut another one, then it will not be accurate. So you now be having to join wallpaper. So and you have the enough material, but due to your careless cutting, so it can lead to that. Another thing is installing without a level line. So if you want to install wallpaper, there are some area that you need to draw a level line. If, for example, the place is POP, you don't need level line, because those people that do POP, they already have their level line there, so everything is rhyme. So you can install on that without level line. But in an area whereby, so the last thing here is choosing wallpaper without considering the room. You have to consider the room. So from our last video, I think is part of what we discussed. That is you as an interior designer analyzing the room that you want to design. So if you check the room, you have to consider the existing elements in that room. So you will know the best wallpaper to choose in combination with the existing elements in that room. So I think this will be helpful if you are considering all this before installing our wallpapers. So thank you for watching. Help us like, share, and repost. Then you can put a positive comment as well. So thank you.